It is time to start our grifting pre-show. Knee pain is here, baby. So is Richmond. so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. Risman Base Network. Bro, I'm dead serious. Nick cannot be on the stream tonight because he said he has a booger. Yes, he has a booger and can't make it. I am not making this up. Yeah, I know. I know. Psych. You thought I was being for real. Come on, guys. You know better than that. What is up, everybody? What is up? Gonna bring in everybody in just a moment. We're gonna get this thing rolling. We want to say hello to Matt Cave Gaming. What is up? Nick very well could have a booger, but he will be here in a minute. Matt Cave, what is up, brother? Good to see you. Keep rolling and doing that retro gaming. Everscale is here. GraphWeb, yar. What is up, Brian? Sith Assassin Trailer is here. This dude is here. Cobra Kai, Disney Risman. Angelina Serini is in the house. What is going on? Idiocynical. Okay. Hi, David. What is going on? Good to see you. Shrike 1988. This is where the disappointment begins. What? No. Knee pain is in the house and will be joining us here in a moment. Venger, good day, my man. Good to see you. Rogue Sarge is also here. Lombardi 1969. Clifton 3D also in the house. Rogue Sarge with a big $20 super chat. Hello to everyone at EBN. What should we talk about this evening? Who knows? It could go off the rails completely, but we do have a plan. We do have a plan. Yes, indeed. Little Captain America, little Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. A little, what else we got? Harry Potter for Donna and Monopoly. Just kidding about Monopoly, but Harry Potter for real. And then a little Star Wars news here, and then whatever else everybody wants to talk about. But that is the plan. Star Wars Mom, you are wonderful. Good to see you. The lovely, here we go again. The lovely Cherie. Why do we always do this, love? What is up? Good to see you. Warren Smith, hey all. Does Echo know that William Shatner doesn't use his official Twitter? No, I guess he has somebody doing it for him. Can he not punch those keys? That's crazy. Let's see, who else we got? Marino's Goat, good to see you. I think I already said hi, but hello again. George Lucas. George, I got to ask you once and for all, seriously, man, like put an end to this. Are you happy with the franchise, and was the EU canon? Can you please speak on that? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Triggered! Let's see. Green Lantern 345. What is up? Donna Hergenrether also is here. Good to see you as well. Nightbot is in the house. What is up, Nightbot? Been a minute, Nightbot. Donna Hergenrether gifted 10 EBN memberships. Thank you, Donna. You are the GOAT. Mary Lanning, what is up? John Riley, feel the bass. Yes, sir, indeed. I think that's about everybody. Man, does this feel like old times? Do I have my old energy back? Am I finally over the flu? Am I finally over the Star Wars funk? Nope. I'm not. Okay, just kidding. Jedi Master Lawrence. I can't even make Rispin crack a smile tonight. God dang. I'm trying here. Smile. Okay, a little bit. Scott Westbrook. Super sticker. Thank you, Scott. $5 super chat. It's a puppy saying hi. You are the man. Thank you so much. I believe Jedi Master Lawrence gifted 10 EBN memberships. That's 20 people. If you got one of those memberships, please give Donna Hergenrether and Jedi Master Lawrence a big thank you. That is awesome. Ted's Nerd World with a poop emoji as normal. 99-cent super sticker. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate that. The super chats, y'all are amazing. The members gifted, y'all are amazing. We are UR Echo Base Network, real Star Wars. Thank you. I was so excited about the booger joke, I forgot. My bad. What is up? Hey, boys.
What's going on?
How we doing?
We are doing.
All right.
Does it feel like I'm doing well now? Have I finally recovered from this sickness?
You got a little pep in your step.
I do. Guys, I went to the gym today for the first time in over a month, and I still feel good.
Good.
But my strength is down. I am a serious weakling. But it's all going to be okay. I will get it back. I will. What a good-looking panel, says John Graber, a giant among squirrels.
He is very short.
I had to come up with something real quick. Oh, my goodness. How's your week going, guys? What's going on?
Going good.
See, this is the part where we're like, hey, everything's good this week.
Yeah, listen, I had a great day today. I binged all of the last of Cobra Kai. Really enjoyed how they ended the series. Thought just another example of how they can bring something back and make it persist for 15 episodes. And when it's all said and done, I felt like they really did a great job with what they chose to do.
I got to pick that back up. I think I left off at season 3. I think it was.
Oh, wow.
I'm a ways behind.
Worth it. I know, Coach, you weren't feeling the first 10 episodes. I think you'll be happy with the last 5.
Cobra Kai is woke trash. I hate it. I want it to die. I'm kidding. It wouldn't be EBN if we didn't hate on something. You know what I mean? I was not really enjoying the last season and this one. It's not that I hate it at all. It feels like they have ran out. However, that said, a couple of different people that I trust their opinion have told me that the series ended on a high note, that they finished it off well. I'm going to believe them. I'm going to finish it. My daughters want to watch it, so I'm a sucker for that. I'll go watch anything they want to watch. If they want to watch Strawberry Shortcake, I'm in. We know. So it is what it is. So I am excited. We would be watching it tonight if we didn't have the show. They were like, Daddy, you want to watch the rest of Cobra Kai? I'm like, I do, but I can't because we have a live stream. So if you want to wait on me, we'll start it right afterwards. But anyways, they're probably watching it now. But yeah, everybody, we are going to have Nick show up here in a few moments. I'm sure he is stuck in traffic with a booger.
On a work call.
Yes. He's going to get on here and be like, where did this booger stuff come from? I'm like, I don't know. It was just in my head. I don't know. It was all improv. It really, truly was. Knee-Pain, you watch anything good lately besides like the outdoors?
Well, that's where I was. I was on the desert until last night, and I had to leave because a rainstorm came in, and I don't want to be out there because of the flash flooding in that region. So drove 8 hours and got back here at 2 a.m. A little bit tired. I have been rewatching Battlestar Galactica again. And
the original or the reboot?
The reboot.
I love it.
And you know what? Yeah, I love it. I've seen it many times. I'm watching again. And you know, here's the thing. Not even for that time, the VFX wasn't always that great, but we didn't care because we liked the characters. We liked the story. It was a good show. And so, you know, Hollywood these days, like, oh, we got to make the VFX look great. But it's like, honestly, it doesn't have to. Just make good stories, good characters. We can forgive a lot.
So what you're saying is,
except for bad audio, but
yeah. But what you're saying is, Battlestar Galactica reboot is a great story.
Yeah,
yeah, I enjoy it.
Favorite character on the show?
I would probably have to say maybe Admiral Adama. I think I just saw that character go on a lot of journeys.
Bro, could anyone have played a better Adama than Edward James Olmos? There's no way.
No.
It was the perfect man to portray that character.
Anyone else, and I think the show would have struggled.
I agree. He carried it. It was so good. People don't give him enough credit, man. Like, he was the freaking man. Love the character. I love the episodes when he goes down there and gets wasted and starts fighting the maintenance crew, and he gets in a boxing match with Chief. I mean, the show was awesome.
Yeah, you know, I'm watching it, and I remember, like, you know, the past, you know, last year, and all the attacks that critics like us had, like, oh, you don't like shows with strong women or women of color. And I'm sitting there, I'm watching Starbuck, Boomer, characters I still like, are very strong. I enjoy it. It's like, no, I don't like bad characters. These were good characters. I enjoyed them.
Yeah, they didn't really have any characters that got on my nerves.
No.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. My fracking nerves.
Yeah, fracking nerves. No, I think it's well done. I'm not quite to the point, but I think we'll get there soon. The trial of Gaius Baltar, I think, was probably some of the best arcs because it was no action, but it was straight dialogue and delivery. Mm-hmm. And that final testimony by Adama's son Major Dominant, by Lee, was just riveting. And that lawyer that they showed up, it was just so well written. I'm looking forward to experiencing that again.
Yeah. And Trisha Helfer as a Cylon. Hey.
No complaints.
I think I would be down with robots. Like, what? Holy moly. So anyways, that's good stuff. I am needing to go back and watch that. I haven't watched it in probably 17 or 18 years.
I'm about to watch The Rescue from New Caprica, which was just an awesome episode.
Very good.
It's worth a rewatch. I really enjoyed, and I enjoyed the Caprica series also for as long as that lasted as well. But.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, look, we're gonna go ahead and open this thing up to our first topic of the night. We're gonna go through these things. Let me check my phone and see if Booger has texted. Nope. So just us for now. Here we go. Up first, what everybody else on the internet seems to be talking about, Captain America, Brave New World. Gentlemen, I don't think that expectations were very high here. I don't think that I know we are no longer in a stage where Marvel or Lucasfilm can just stamp Marvel or Star Wars on something and it be profitable, it be good, well received. The fans have pretty much been saying in an overwhelming majority, we're not about this movie. We're not feeling this movie. I don't know how good of a movie it's going to be or not. I have not decided if I'm going to go watch it yet or not. It just came out today for the public, but the critics it has been scored as low as a 46 today with the critics. What does that mean? Nothing. It means nothing. It could be for a number of different reasons why the critics would go that way. The movie could be excellent. I don't think that it probably is, but using the critics' response here to justify your opinion about this movie is going to be trash, don't do that, because that means you probably agree with the critics all the time and you don't. So, gentlemen, thoughts on this movie? Are you going to go watch it? Do you give it a pass? Do you think it's going to be better than what the critics are saying? Should we take that seriously? Risman, let's start it off with you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to see it tomorrow. I'm going to see it for Harrison Ford and the Red Hulk. I really couldn't care less about the rest of the story. I mean, I think from what I've heard, a lot of people say it's just like a supersized episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which we know wasn't one of the better showings on Disney Plus's Marvel, series. But yeah, I'm going to go. But again, it costs me no more or no less. I mean, I'm on the AMC subscription program, right? So I pay one amount of money a month and I can go see as many movies as I want. So, but I'm going to check it out tomorrow and see. I've heard it anywhere from, it's a mid. A lot of people are coming in with mid to okay, fine. So we'll see.
All right. Nipe?
So I don't have any intent to. And to be honest, even though I was out in the desert, I had my Starlink, I was connecting to the internet, but I was working my butt off. I have not watched a single review about this. I've actually not really followed up on Twitter. I've seen a couple snarky comments by some people. I think they were already kind of not really for the movie.
Sure.
I really have no interest of watching this, not based on what anyone said, but because I've watched the trailer several times and I don't care. Now, if my wife says, hey, let's go have a date night, and she wants to see this, well, you know what? I'll order a margarita at the theater and get a bucket of popcorn and sit back with low expectations. But I'm honestly not going to go out of my way, and it has nothing to do with anyone's reviews or opinions. I watched the trailer. Trailer didn't sell me on it. Honestly, Marvel's not really selling me lately on anything.
Yeah.
And that's where I stand.
I'm totally with you. And usually your feelings about a trailer seem, for me, normally they seem to be pretty correct.
Except for Transformers 1.
Exactly. That
we
was
were
going
all
to be my
fooled.
point.
That's the one exception.
Thank you for spoiling my point. Yeah, Transformers 1, totally different.
Yeah.
You know, and the truth is, I think more times than not, we see a trailer that actually does a great job, but the movie
Oh yeah.
doesn't live up to the trailer. It's easier to make a good trailer than a good movie. Let's just be honest. And how many times do we see, you know, the entire plot or the entire movie pretty much revealed in a trailer, like, which is maddening, you know? So I don't think that we got that here, but I will be interested to know your thoughts, Risman, after you go and watch it. You know, I think it'll probably just be okay. But you know what? That's kind of what Marvel's been doing lately. Like, just okay. You know,
It used to be, you know, that when that opening credit for Marvel would run, you know, that opening scene, I used to feel something. And like last week, the kids were watching something from Marvel downstairs. I was getting some out of the kitchen. I saw that spin up, and usually I would like run over and sit down. Like, I didn't care.
Yeah, it's funny. I can remember 5-6 years ago, everybody on YouTube was using the dang Marvel intro for their channel. Like, it was everywhere. Now it's like, it means nothing.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Well, and also the Marvel movies that I think we all came to love, they sort of had a point in of themselves. And these most recent things that have come out seem to only exist to try and get you to the next thing that's coming out, right? They don't really seem to have much of a point. And so again, I think this one has been under so many reshoots, and it's been around for so long now in production. Yeah. I mean, basically it's a movie from that past time, if you believe they've turned a corner, which I think still remains to be seen. So I think that's part of the reason why the expectations on this one have been really, really low, because all the test screenings told us so, and the reshoots, and then they brought in Giancarlo and all these
they made this movie 4 or 5 times, didn't they?
It's been being remade for years, years and years now. So there's no way, and they're trying to fool now, saying, oh, it had a $180 million budget or whatever they're saying, which was just for the reshoots, right? There is zero chance this movie makes money. It's a little surprising to me they didn't just send it directly to Disney Plus, to tell you the truth. But I guess with all the money they have spent on it, they're like, well, let's see if we can get something back.
Yeah.
So I think that's just where we're at with this movie specifically.
Right. Well, let's look at some of these comments real quick, just to kind of measure and see what they're saying. So, Captain America: Brave New World brought to life the best of the MCU. The action sequences were sharp and the mystery and tension simmering, but by far the greatest triumph of the movie was the heart it allowed its main characters to have and the relationships it built between them. So this guy was a fan. Captain America: Brave New World seems to only exist to wrap up loose ends to the Incredible Hulk and Eternals. Ugh. And in doing so, the plot is about as convoluted and dull as it sounds. This should never have been called Captain America, or this should have been called Captain America: Loose Ends.
I love it.
Dang. Captain America: Brave New World brings an exciting idea for the future of the MCU under Sam Wilson as leader. A pretty solid Cap meets Hulk film, but where it shines is in Anthony Mackie and Danny Ramirez's performance. Harrison Ford is having so much fun, and I had fun with him. Captain America: Brave New World is clunky, anticlimactic, and about as exciting as a rerun. The screenplay gives the characters little to do. The action feels like it's just checking a box. And Red Hulk, don't bother getting hyped. As the 35th film in the MCU, it plays things way too safe.
So I just checked Rotten Tomatoes out of curiosity, and critics, overall critics, it's at a 52%. Top critics, it's at a 38%. And it's not been out long enough to have an audience score posted. So
well, the critical score could go lower.
Yeah.
I think the problem I have with the Marvel movies right now is there's no journey. At the peak, there was a journey, which was Avengers. Avengers was the backbone, the center of it all. And all the other movies seem to support the Avengers. And once Avengers, wrapped, I really kind of lost interest. Like, where are we going? What's the end goal? Like,
a lot of people did. What's next? Yeah. What do you do now? It's almost like Marvel got too big and it relied on too many puzzle pieces to tell their story, and they couldn't. It was a phenomenon that they could not maintain. Those actors are getting older. Those actors are costing $50 million a picture. They're not willing to pay that. Like, what do you do? So that was a dilemma. However, I'm glad they gave them to us. Those movies are fantastic.
I had a blast during that time. It was a great journey right to the end.
Well, the transition to Disney Plus and the overabundance of mediocre Disney Plus Marvel content, plus then the movie, it just didn't help, right? That dilution of the content for content's sake, I think, is part of the reason why Marvel was unable to sustain the trajectory they were on. And I agree with Knee Pain. I really loved the Avengers, and I loved the Avengers that we had through, Infinity War and Endgame. And I know they made certain choices, right? And how that was going to go.
You could agree with me too. You just agree with Knee Pain.
Sorry, I agree with Coach too.
All right.
Right. And so, the way that they chose to end Endgame, okay, fine. That was those movies together are wonderful representations of what superhero movies can be. Mm-hmm. Since then, it's just never lived up.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, guys, before we move on to our next topic, guys, let us know in the comments what you think about Captain America, Brave New World. Venger. I have discovered the Expanse series. I'm going through season 5 at the moment after binge watching from last Saturday. I may have to check out the novels after season 6. 48 months, I feel old. Nah, you're not old. And, the Expanse is something that I might want to look into.
Oh, Risman? Loved it. I am a huge Expanse fan. Huge.
I'm missing some sci-fi in my life right now.
Yeah.
Like I need
It's a commitment, though. There's a lot of seasons of The Expanse. Totally worth it, though. Totally worth it.
Interesting. Look, summertime, get here. That sounds like that's doable for me.
Yes.
I don't have a show right now. Severance. It's one episode a week, man. Like, I need more than that. Mm-hmm. So I got some time again with this new job and everything. So chat, give me a show. The
Paradise is, but you don't have Hulu.
Are they still making The Expanse, or is it over?
No. Oh, it's over.
It's over. Okay.
Do you have Hulu, Coach? Remind me. Hulu or no Hulu?
Okay. No, but I have GraphWeb's website.
Yes.
So I could get whatever.
But you can only get Hulu via that website if you also have Hulu. He's mentioning Paradise. Paradise is I don't want to give too much of it away, but it's a show that's on Hulu that you would like. But if you don't have Hulu, it's a moot point.
The Expanse. Look, everybody's like The Expanse. I've not seen Paradise. Slow Horses, bro. I tried.
Couldn't get it. I know you couldn't get into it.
I tried. I'm sure it's good, but it just wasn't my.
Gary Oldman has been up for, and I think has at least won one time for that show.
I've never watched The Orville either. That's a freaking shame. I know. It's Apple TV quality. Don't you talk to me like that, Mattuine. You know that.
No, he's talking about
right
Paradise. He's talking about Paradise.
I know. It pulls me right in if you say that. Do you agree with that statement, Risman?
100%.
What's Paradise about?
I can't really tell you what it's about.
Right,
so I can tell you. It's about a Secret Service agent who
I'm in already.
Who is attached to a particular to a gentleman who was president, and what happens to him and that former president is a huge part of the story. But I can't. If I try and describe it anymore, I'll give it away. So you have to watch it.
I need a show about a former VFX artist who knows Dave Filoni, that has a camper and loves going out into the great outdoors. That's what I need. Okay. I never. All right. That is a no. Never did it. Never watched Fringe. Very X-Files like. Okay. You stop it, Ted.
God bless Phil McCracken. Where's he been? Star Blazers.
Somebody asked me in a comment. Hey, I made 2 videos this week, y'all.
You did?
I'm back. Where's Nick? I'm back.
The bar was very low.
Hey, yeah. And the performance of my videos were very low too.
Well, but one of them had some views.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
Yeah.
We're still alive. That's the main thing. The arc, it's what you guys were talking about. It may not have the best VFX, but the characters are great. It has a lot of heart. I'm going to have to go back and watch. Yeah. The Acolyte. Oh, yeah.
Veritech, come on.
That's like this whole thing about Captain America Brave New World. It's like, let's start that Acolyte chant again. Single digits. Single digits.
Well, and two series that I really enjoyed on Netflix that just came back with second seasons. One was The Night Agent, and the second one was called The Recruit. And Coach, I think you would like both of those. There are only 2 seasons. I don't know if you've ever seen season 1 of either of those. Stay with us. He's choking on us. But I also recommend both The Night Agent and The Recruit.
I watched The Night Agent. I think I have 4 episodes left in the show. I just haven't picked it back up yet. I'm going to finish it. And I never watched The Recruit. But that's another one. So, yeah, absolutely. That sounds great. Let's see here. And Venger, thank you for sending in that member chat, brother. We appreciate that. Speaking of members, Debbie Young also has gifted 10 Echo Base Network memberships. And I believe somebody has a birthday present to open up.
I
that
do.
Was sent to them from Debbie. I think the time is now. Let's do it now.
Did I do it now?
And we'll move on to our other topics. I know what you got, and I'm very excited to see you open this. So, Debbie, thank you very much. And while Risman's getting ready to open it up, I also want to bring this up. Thank you very much, Venger, for the £5 super chat. He says, Coach, my condolences to you and your family on the passing of one of your furry companions, Fly High Millie. We, unfortunately, lost our dog 3 days ago. And our hearts have been completely broken. So, thank you for that. Man, I had no idea that I would feel this way. But she was one of our family. We had her for 10 years, and she was the best. The best. So, thank you, my man. All right. I'm good.
You all right?
I promise I'm good. I love my puppy. So, take it away. Show me something to make me smile here. Whoa.
All right. She said a very sweet note. Love you too, Mama Bear. Thank you. Uh-oh. It's a transformer of some kind. Oh, wow. Hold on. Pieces are falling out. Got a couple of. All right, let's see. A couple of pieces that might have to be put back together. Here we go. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. See my best side. Who do we got? We got Thrust. Can y'all see?
You got Thrust, the Decepticon. G1, 1985 or 6. I can't remember. I'm going to probably say 85. And he looks spectacular.
Perfect. I mean, just that's why I was trying to be so careful with.
Let's show him, reveal him. Yes.
Don't worry,
beautiful.
I'm not gonna try and suffer through transforming him. We know how that goes, Coach. We don't want to have another Megatron.
Yep,
Thank you so much. It looks like we got some new stickers on him too. He looks beautiful.
He's going to display very, very well. So,
oh yes,
and we know that you are a Decepticon guy.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, Ted wants to know how's Megatron.
Megatron is good. He's in the other room.
Now he has a minion.
Yes.
Very, very good.
100%.
All right. Debbie is a great
Thank you, Debbie.
gift giver. Yes, for sure. All right. Guys, It's Harry Potter time. John Lithgow in talks to play Dumbledore. Now, a lot of people have been talking about this. I don't think it's a done deal. But if he gets that position, and I like him, okay, he's a very good actor. There's no doubt about it. And I'm sure he could probably pull it off. But how much Harry Potter are we going to get over the next few years? And let's just, I hate to say it, he's 79.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just reality. I'm not saying that he can't do it, but cast someone who could be there for a. No, I mean we're not.
We don't want to
none
create
of
the
us are
curse of-
guaranteed tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't want to have the curse of the Dumbledore, like just
Exactly.
dying after the second movies.
The curse of the Dumbledore. That's perfectly said. You had Richard Harris, and then the other guy. Lord, I cannot remember his name right now. He was great. I thought he played a better Dumbledore than Richard Harris did. That may be fighting words for some people. I'm sure somebody's going to come after me for saying that. I thought the other guy was really, really good. He actually made it better to me. Is that an EU character?
Oh no. Oh no.
You know who I would have liked to see cast? I know would happen. Gary Oldman as Dumbledore.
Yeah.
You know he could do it.
Oh, exactly.
Well, and
And he's not too terribly old.
Yeah.
well, and
I agree.
this is supposed to be a multi-season run on this
You always got my
series,
back,
right? Is
Richard.
supposed to be more than one season, I think. And they're only going to make one season at a time. So on y'all's point, he's already up there in age. And I
He'll be
don't
in his
think
mid 80s when they're done.
Yeah, exactly. And that assumes they start today, right? We don't even know when they're going to start.
Wow. He wanted to do Dumbledore on the movies or now? That's interesting. Donna would know. That is an interesting comment. So you guys think that HBO can pull off a good Harry Potter series? Is this going to revive that franchise?
No, there's already other controversy about casting choices and different decisions that they seem to be making. I don't know. This goes in my personal category of why do we need it? Why are they doing it? It just doesn't seem like a good idea to me. And so I would hope this isn't the first, because HBO, again, they pioneered this sort of premium content as we've talked about quite a lot of times. I would hate for this to be their first flub up, right? I mean, it seems really risky to me, them doing this.
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Oh, we were just talking about you, Phil.
Phil, great to see you. Matt Shiny Rissman looks even more smarter with his shine and new glasses. Keep the shine on. Phil, somebody named, who was it that asked me?
I forget now.
Oh, it was Ted.
Oh, Ted, yeah.
Ted's Nerd World asked me about Yamoto. What's the name of that damn show?
Star Blazers.
Star Blazers. Yeah,
Star Blazers.
Star Blazers. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I told him it was a total waste of time to watch that show, and Buster Bars are for losers. So, what you gonna say about that, Phil McCracken?
And I see a lot of people saying, Lithgow's not British or whatever. I know he's been in things before where he's done a British accent. I think the least of our worries is whether or not he can pull off the right accent. To me, I think it's about longevity in the role, right? And how they're going to make, how many of these seasons they're going to make, and how his ability to continue doing that. I just saw him, and they've canceled this now, but he was just in The Old Man with the other old guy whose name escapes me now. He was looking his age in that series.
Okay.
Right. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, one of the things that we've been talking about for several weeks now, I guess years, we're in this stage where, and I guess arguably entertainment has always done this, where they just revive something from decades past over and over and over. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Dungeons and Dragons, which I'm going to be honest with you, after the last film, I have no hope in this, even though it's not the same people doing it. If you're going to do a Dungeons and Dragons live action series, get the comedy and the gags out of it and make it something serious and fantasy. But the whole Chris Pine last movie that they did, I could not do it. It was awful for me. I love fantasy. I love dragons. I love magic and spells and all wizards and all of it. Somebody's going to be like, well, why don't you like witches, coach? Because you got a problem with witches because Star Wars got a bunch of witches. Anyways, I would love to see this done well. Could Netflix do well? Yes, they could. Yes, they definitely could. But I don't have a lot of faith or hope in this. We don't know very much about this right now. This is, sorry, guys. This is just something that they're in discussions on. So what are your guys' thoughts? A live-action Dungeons & Dragons series. Venger, chime in.
This one already has a bit of a history, right? Because it was going to be on Paramount Plus, and they decided not to go forward. And then now it appears like Netflix has picked it up. And so the same person who was going to write and showrun it for Paramount Plus is doing it for Netflix. It's being produced by Sean Levy and his company and yada, yada, yada. And I think we know what campaign it's based on. So I guess if you know anything about that campaign, maybe that gives away a part of the story. I didn't react as violently as you did, Coach, to the most recent Chris Pratt Dungeons and Dragons movie. There were some parts of it that I thought were kind of fun. I don't think it's a good movie, right? And I don't think it was a great representation of Dungeons and Dragons. It was a little off on your point. I get you, right? It just didn't feel very balanced the way I would have expected. So now when we talk about this, somehow we're back on that.
I apologize. I was getting the next shot set up.
But when we talk about them trying this for Netflix, again, this one goes in the category for me of who's asking for it, why are we doing it? Do they have a coherent story, right? And it sounds like they had a story they wanted to do for Paramount Plus that they believed in. Now Netflix is picking it up because I guess Sean Levy liked it and he has a standing deal with Netflix. I guess we'll wait and see if they can deliver on a good story.
I hope they do. This is the kind of thing that, now, truth be told, I think Dungeons and Dragons is kind of a dead intellectual property.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
probably got it for cheap, the rights.
I don't know any kids playing today. I know there's some adults that still do, you know, for more nostalgia than anything. I mean, there's some serious tabletop gamers and things like that. But if they do this well, this could revive a dead franchise.
Well, and interestingly enough, Universal Studios Hollywood is doing these FanFest nights coming up here this year. And one of the franchise, and it includes a Star Trek Picard season 3 focused. The set of the Enterprise D is going to be there, and there's a walkthrough experience where they immerse you in that, in a Star Trek story. There's Back to the Future, and there's one other one, but one of the franchises they're featuring is Dungeons and Dragons. Mm-hmm. So there is for whatever reason right now, there is a push to try and revitalize this franchise a little bit or to make it more relevant. Are there more people playing Dungeons and Dragons these days than we're aware of? Does it exist still in the gamer space?
I don't think, you know where it exists? In the computer gamers space. There's a lot of people who are playing, like, for instance, there's a series of PC games that came out several years ago called Neverwinter Nights. It's a Dungeons and Dragons game. They've got a slew of games like that are D&D. those have always been popular, and there's always gamers wanting to play those. I would say that those might be bigger today than the tabletop game. That's probably like sinful to hear that for a tabletop gamer, because I know the appeal that has to people and the memories, and all that. I also remember, if you play D&D, you're going to hell in the 80s.
I remember those
Yes.
days. Yep.
Like, it's evil. You're going to be possessed by the devil. Just all that. Oh, my goodness, y'all. Dungeons and Dragons chat. Let us know in the comments.
Some
if
people in the
you
comments are
feeling
saying
it.
tabletops is still going on. There are places that are still doing tabletops.
Dungeons and Dragons Online. Phil McCracken is absolutely right. Venger, Skyrim, absolutely right. Tabletop games are still everywhere. Star Wars is dead like Iger's toupee.
Oh, his hair is bad. His hair is pretty bad. His hair is bad.
All right. So Knee Pain sends this in.
I know I spelled the name wrong, but it's still
Stay with
creative.
us.
Yep. Gary Oldman as Dumbledore. Did you make this?
I used Grok on Twitter, on X.
That's pretty
AI
cool.
made it.
Yeah.
AI made it.
I like it. Very cool. He
Just
could pull it
saying.
off.
Yeah.
Yep. He could definitely pull it off. All right. Well, so our thumbnail's gotten a little attention. Nobody else made a good thumbnail like today. You're talking, what's going on with Shatner and Mark Hamill? Well, it's actually old news and now new news. Mark Hamill made a, I guess, controversial nothing burger statement years ago, like 8 or 9 years ago. And William Shatner is still taking shots at him for it, which I think is hilarious. I love Shatner. If you want to know what was said, and people are beating up Mark Hamill, and I'm okay with that. Whatever. Even though if they're wrong. Where is he? Oh, here it is. Fans are writing and ask all these questions. This is Mark Hamill talking. I'm bullied in school. I'm afraid to come out of the closet. They say to me, could Luke be GAY? I'd say it is meant to be interpreted by the viewer. If you think Luke is, of course he is. You should not be ashamed of it. Judge by his character, not by who he loves. Mark Hamill didn't come out and say that he is. People are twisting this to say that Mark Hamill said that Luke was. He never said that. However, it is kind of funny to me that Mark Hamill, the man who played Luke Skywalker, the man who makes the jokes about making out with his sister in the film and having sexual tension between his sister and himself, that he conveniently forgot that when asked this question. Well, anyways, William Shatner fires away, and this just got all the EU people riled up too, which, that's not hard. Let's see.
It's up at the top, right? I think the reason that he said this is people were complaining about Disney ruining Star Wars, and then it's right there. Stop.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
For those Star Wars fans who are trying to tell me Disney ruined everything, I assume you are referring to Mara Jade. Hamill actually ruined it for you when he revealed Luke was gay. Mara being struck from Star Wars canon was part of her annulment agreement from the Force. Hilarious. I love it when Shatner takes shots at Star Wars. It is so funny to me. I'm a mega Luke Skywalker fan, but I love William Shatner and Captain Kirk. But Shatner over Mark Hamill every day of the week and twice on Sunday. That's how I feel about it. What do you guys think about this? Is it funny? that. By the way, speaking of Star Wars or Star Trek taking a shot at Star Wars, I saw the funniest video of, oh gosh, the guy that played the stormtrooper in Spaceballs. He was in Star Trek.
Oh, you're talking about Tim Russ.
Tim Russ.
Yeah.
He made the funniest video explaining what Star Wars is about. Oh my gosh, it is worth the video.
He played Tuvok.
It was so funny. But anyways, thoughts on this whole...
So Shatner and Mara Jade, they have a long history together, because I looked it up because I was like, I seem to remember in the past more comments from Shatner about Mara Jade. And so I found back in 2021, there was some other brouhaha online where people were talking about, well, Luke was a monk, again, trying to portray a particular view of his sexuality, right? Oh, Luke was a monk, blah, blah. He clearly had no romantic interest. And Shatner then was like, what about Mara Jade? In the expanded universe, he was married. I think we could probably say definitively, that he had at least one love interest. So now fast forward to now, and now this is coming up in response to, the Disney and the ruination of the franchise.
Right.
Shatner is a notorious, whether it's him using this account or someone posing as him, they troll in a way on Twitter that makes me believe it could really be William Shatner.
I agree. Every time, it's hard to imagine it's him when I think about it, like logically.
Yeah.
With his age, is William Shatner really sitting there typing these things?
No.
But man, whoever does it, if it's not him,
it sounds just like
it's him.
Like I imagine it would be, right? Like we know his, we've come to realize his persona.
Probably his caretaker. The nurse comes to see him every day, give him his meds. It's like,
I
need you to do some tweets for me.
For all we know, it's his personal assistant, and they sit down and carve out X period of time every day, and she or he or they read him tweets, and he says, well, here's how I want you to respond, blah, 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 because they are channeling their inner Shatner, whoever this is, right, on this account. So, but anyway, they're a notorious troll. I laughed when I saw this earlier, right? Just trolling. And Mark Hamill never responds. Of course he wouldn't, right? But just always trolling on Star Wars, and also, also Mark Hamill specifically. So,
yep. Warren Smith, Brent Spiner confirmed that it's not William Shatner on a podcast, and Girthy Guitar says, I believe one of his daughters runs his Twitter.
Makes sense. I was going to pick a kid next, right? Either a kid or personal assistant or someone who knows Shatner.
Also agree with Ted. The man is incredibly sharp. I mean, I got to see him. It was at the very first ICCC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to guess it was 7-ish years ago, maybe 8 years ago now. And he was so sharp, like hilarious, held the audience, spoke for over an hour straight, standing on a hot stage with a microphone with nobody else talking. He carried it. Mm-hmm. And then he walked right up there with the meanest looking security guards I've ever seen in my life. I literally was scared for my life when they looked at me. And he sat there and met fan after fan after fan. It was so awesome to see that.
I just saw him a year or so ago when he was out on tour with Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. When it was on, there was a special where you could go and see the movie, and he was there afterwards to do a Q&A. And he sat on that stage with an MC who he didn't let get a word in edgewise, and just told stories for over an hour, just on and on and on, and did take questions from the audience, and was just absolutely as sharp as, just super. You would never guess. He's over 90 now, right?
93, I believe. So speaking of somebody who doesn't let the MC get a word in edgewise, Warwick Davis is returning to the ICCC this time around.
He's coming back in May?
He's already coming back, yeah.
He was great. I mean,
He's great, but already,
And would his gimmick? Do you think he's going to come back with a different shtick, or do you think it's just going to be he has one shtick and that's
I
it?
think that's him.
I think it's the same as Anthony Daniels, right? They come back with their
And
with
the
their
thing
thing.
is, the people walking around ICCC is mostly going to be, wait for it, the same people.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Nashville is not the place to have that. I don't know. I love it. I think it's an amazing thing. Havens does great. But one of the main draws is returning, and it's only been 7 months. I don't know. I think everybody knows I am not going to be able to make it this time. I might go up there on just the Saturday. But as far as Nick and I go, there's no like official EBN meetup, but we're going to have a lot of EBN people there, and I'm sure y'all are going to be meeting up and hanging out. But we will not be there this time around. But the next one, we plan on being there. Just not enough time has gone by. You know, this should be a yearly thing, not a, twice a year thing. I can't do that.
Yeah.
So anyways, I don't have the money to go into the room sales and buy that many Transformers again. I just don't.
Well, and I will say, even though I liked that Sheridan, them moving it to an Embassy Suites does work better when you think about the room sales and what an Embassy Suites room looks like, right? Because they have that whole front area where people can set up, and then you're not like weirdly shopping for Transformers on someone's unmade bed and all the things that happen, in the Sheridan, right? But I agree with you. I would like, I know it's not technically twice a year, but
it is. He's dead wrong. It was in October.
Right, but technically it's a new year. I mean, he's being very. I'm talking
about the length of a year.
I know it, but he's saying it's not twice in the same year. But I'm with you. It's twice in the span of a year.
Yeah, there he goes. 2024. Yep. Look, I'm happy to watch Star Trek over Star Wars. I hope you watched my last video about that very subject. That might make some people interesting. Shout out to Daimyo. Brother, I know you had our back, and I just want to say thank you. What you did on our behalf in a certain person's Discord was very fair to us, and I appreciate that. You did not have to do that. And you are certainly appreciated, sir.
It's amazing what a guilty conscience will do, Coach.
Guilty conscience. Hey, I really do sincerely appreciate it. Mad respect. All right. So up next, does anybody care that Sigourney Weaver might be in Star Wars for a little bit?
Did you see why she's in it? That's why I picked the article. Did you see
Delighted to join the Star Wars franchise, but says Grogu was the whole reason she signed up for The Mandalorian and Grogu. He's a little badass, she says. Y'all.
I love Sigourney Weaver. I do, huge Aliens fan. I've loved a lot of the work she's done. I don't care for this.
Jim S. That is hilarious. Shopping for Transformers on someone's unmade bed. There's a sentence I've never heard.
It happened more than one time.
That is hilarious. That is freaking hilarious. It is definitely weird walking into somebody's hotel room at midnight looking at their toys laid out to buy. Oh, if you've never done it before, it's wild. We're smart. If you go to the room sales, you wait until late at night when they've been drinking.
Yep.
And then you could get them down $100 or $200. It's like magic. But if you go early, you're not getting a deal. But I got Jazz $75, $85 down. And I was like, yeah, I'll take him.
That's it?
With his original box and everything. Yeah, I'll take it. So, yeah, that's when you go. The liquor. Anyways, but you can't be drunk. That's the catch.
That's right. If both you and they are drunk, it doesn't work as well.
Then you're losing.
That's correct. That's correct.
You are losing. These people are professional alcoholics with toys. Don't mess with them. Okay. All right.
So what else about the Sigourney Weaver? She confirms she's the one who hires Mando. She's in an important position, but she's the one who commissions him. She's
going to die. She's going to be in the movie 5 minutes and die.
No, she won't die, but she's just not going to be in the movie. She's going to be in the movie to hire him and to do what needs to be done, and then he's going to leave where she's at, and we won't see her again. That's what's going to happen. I love
Sigourney Weaver, but nobody cares.
It's a pointless cameo that they think that's going to draw people in.
It's Christopher Lloyd.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. They're giving her the Christopher Lloyd treatment, but she seems to understand. Maybe he did too. She seems to understand, the role she's playing. She's excited about it, and then she also said, that we could expect that Grogu has grown up a little bit, that he has some new tricks.
Buried alive.
So there you go. I saw someone else say the whole movie. Veritech 2000 said the whole movie is pointless. Well. Certainly does seem like we're lean.
It's the best movie they got coming, too.
It's the only movie they have coming.
I agree. Ray delay ain't happening.
Here's the thing. If they want to do this right, like if they had confidence in their own movie, they wouldn't have announced this. They would just let it happen. So you sit there watching and be like, oh, snap, there's Sigourney Weaver, right? Surprise you. But I think they know they don't have anything. And so they're hoping little cameos like this is going to help draw people in, like trick people into caring. If you had a strong plot, this shouldn't matter. You should be able to sneak this in and just kind of surprise the audience.
I think the Grogu and Mando film is going to be just what Skeleton Crew was. Safe, easy peasy, just okay. There it is. Mm-hmm. Nothing you're going to be like, oh, I got to watch that again ASAP. I'm going back tomorrow. Don't you miss the days where you're like, oh, that movie was so great. I'm going tomorrow to see it again. When's the last time you did that? What's the last movie you saw and you were like, I'm going to go see it again tomorrow?
Gosh. It wasn't tomorrow, but it's Transformers 1. I went a week later.
Transformers 1 was the last one I did consider seeing again, and I've since watched it at home when it started streaming, but I'm with Knee Pain. That is the one recently. I even said to Coach, I was like, God, I really want to go and see it again. So Top Gun Maverick was another one that I had that reaction to, where I felt like I could see it again.
First one in a long time that I've done that. I can't remember the one before.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
The last one that I went and watched twice back to back was Denis Villeneuve's first Dune film.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Dune 2 is in that category as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't remember anything else recently that I went back to back. I should have gone and watched Rogue One back to back. I did see it more than once, but I waited like a week or two. Yeah. But I was still so caught up in waiting for Star Wars Episode 8 and seeing Luke. I was still so caught up in that I couldn't fully appreciate what Rogue One was at the time. It's a far better movie now than it was then because I was distracted. I was like, this is awesome, but I don't care about this. Give me Luke. And boy, I got him. I guess.
Well, the good news is they re-release Rogue One all the time, and it rewatches well on the big screen, right? Rogue One on a re-release is still it's still a good watch, right?
Guys, what's the worst movie you've ever seen in the theater more than once?
The worst that I've seen more than once?
Have you ever seen a film that you think is awful more than one time in the theater?
Never.
Well, let me tell you, I have. I saw it 3 times. It's called The Last Jedi.
Oh gosh.
I went back a second time with just the hopes that I was wrong, that I would like it more the second time.
No.
Like, did I miss something? It couldn't have been that bad.
I was in that much disbelief. And I watched it the second time, and I hated it even more. And a week later, my wife and children told me they wanted to see this movie. And I was like, I don't want to go. And they were like, we want you to take us. Please go with us. It's Star Wars. And I'm like, I went. I sat there on my phone, pissed.
3 times. Lord help.
Yep. Come on, chat. Come at me. Come at me.
Oof.
The worst film he has seen multiple times, Goonies.
In the theater, though. See, back in those days,
Tennessee didn't have theaters in 1985. Shut up, Matt.
I want to watch, so I didn't hate it. So I watched Force Awakens twice. Once because I had the cruise screening, and then when I explained the plot to my friends, because they're like, "Do you see it? How was it?" I was like, "Okay." It's like I'm gonna be spoiled. So I start talking through it. They're like, "You're joking." I'm like, "No." And so they thought I was full of it. So I actually went to sit there. I just watched their reactions, and I just laughed the whole time. So it was terrible, but I was having a great time just watching them suffer. I was like, I warned you.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I guess it wasn't that bad. It was just, how much obviously it copied A New Hope. So
it did do that.
They did not believe me. They're just like, there's no way they did this. You're screwing with us because you don't want to give away the plot. It's part of the. Then they got to the end like, you weren't joking. We really thought you were messing with us when you explained the plot.
Yeah,
because you were drunk.
And you were not kidding.
Too much.
That is awesome.
And so
Debbie,
I see we
Debbie
have some,
sends in a $4.99 super chat. I'm impressed Shatner knew the what?
the likery. Maybe she means lore. I don't.
Gotta be
Lore, maybe.
Luke and Mara is what she's referring to.
Yeah, she's putting them together. Okay. Maybe that's a combo. Luke. I don't know.
But hey, that's cool. And that is impressive, unless it wasn't him. So in the chat saying that wasn't him. But very cool. Very, very cool, guys. Let's see. Here we go.
I also want to say, Coach, I saw a pop-up said Midnight's Edge Raiders are here. So welcome to those folks that came from Midnight's Edge After Dark.
Tom and the crew. Oh, no.
How do you pull that off?
So if
that's
William
actually
Shatner's account blocked Tom,
wow,
then what that means is they misinterpret or misread Tom's tweet, because there's no way. They had to assume something incorrect about what was typed, because there is no way William Shatner would block Tom. The same thing happened with Doomcock. And by the way, it was really Nick. It wasn't me, but Nick got William Shatner to unblock Doomcock.
Or William Shatner's daughter.
And Doomcock cried. He was so happy. And we were literally this close to getting William Shatner to go on Doomcock's channel for an interview. This close, and it fell through at the very... We were talking to his publicist, and we just couldn't get it done. They said, nah, we're out. Doomcock made some crazy-ass video at that time, and they were like, nah, we ain't doing it. We're so close. It actually would have been gold to do that. But, yep. Thank you, Tom and the Midnight Edge crew, for coming. Good Lord, we just had 100 more people show up.
That's why I wanted to make sure I called it out, because I saw it out of the corner of my eye. So, people showed up.
Yep, very, very cool. Mark's 47, yeah, but Doomcock had to get a bunch of people to follow or donate to get Shatner. So it was about raising money for Shatner's horse charity, if I remember that correctly. And we were doing it. It was going to be done. But then they pulled out. So, but anyways, yeah.
Well, and Shatner or whoever runs his Twitter has said on multiple occasions that he doesn't do podcasts, and he did recently do one, and it was a charity-driven one, and he said something on there that got taken out of context, and it was political. It was something political. Something he said got taken out of context and was like sent around the internet for a while, and then he came back and said, "See, I broke my own rule and I did a podcast, and this is what happened. No more podcasts." Right.
All right. Well, moving into this next thing, I certainly have been very involved, says Daisy Ridley, who also said that Star Wars has always been political. Guys, I don't know if you even saw this interview and her comments. First of all, I am just going to believe that this movie is not happening. And even if it does happen, it doesn't need to happen.
Yes,
the
it does.
majority of Star Wars fans, for me to poop on.
Yes, for you to make content about.
Yeah. That's the only reason. This is Acolyte in the theater right here. Like, yes, please, Charmin Obaid-Chinoy, give us a Star Wars movie about politics. Can you imagine? A self-professed feminist activist. Daisy Ridley is now involved every step of the way, even though she doesn't know a dang thing about the project, Risman.
Well, and remember, Charmaine ain't writing it, right? I mean, George Nolfi is writing it for now.
Yeah, is he picking up the pieces from the other 4 people?
No, he'll start over.
Oh, Lord.
Because she said in this article, if you read, she said something like, or the other article about it being political, she said, "I can't wait to read George's script," right? Which tells me if there were any other scripts that she read, they're starting over every time. Every time.
Yep. And hail to the great Gary Ambrosia. Love that dude. That's the coolest dude in the world to hang out with.
Just saw him recently.
You did, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
You did. Yep. With little Nikki, who's supposed to be here tonight.
Where is he at?
You mean the other half of EBN?
You said he was coming.
He said that
Work call.
I texted that man.
Work call.
I was look, at 6:15, I said, "You gonna make it?" And here's what he said.
I can't. It's not readable. It's not readable.
It's not focus.
Focus.
No, just read it, coach, for goodness
Buried
sake.
alive.
It's not focusing.
Buried alive. It says yup with a thumbs up. And then he just doesn't show up, everybody.
Well, in his defense, show's not over yet.
Yeah, he'll come in here in like the last very minute. All right.
He'll do the late show.
Any other thoughts here? Daisy Ridley, nonsense.
I mean,
here's the political thing. They're all political.
And this is what happening, right? She's found a lot of other work, right? She's in this movie, The Cleaner, and that's why we're getting all these interviews, because they don't care anything about her movie, The Cleaner. They want to know what's going on with Star Wars. They keep asking her Star Wars questions.
So here's the question. How political is this movie? Do they want to make this movie? They might not make this movie. How political is it going to be? Well, Nick's not coming, so Donna's out. All right.
Yeah.
See you, Donna.
Probably
We get it. We get it.
Because you're being ugly to him. She can't take it.
I don't mind if there's politics to support the story.
There he
As long as
is.
the
Oh, I told you.
Oh,
I told
too
you.
bad Donna left.
Donna left right after he showed up.
Oh,
Yeah, I was sitting there picking on you, saying you had boogers and stuff, and then Donna said, "I'm out."
oh, yeah. I literally have been nonstop on work crap. I'm literally still in the middle of something, but I'm not having to be on the phone. So I just got freed up to jump on. I'm literally still working and responding to messages. We got a
Dude,
outage.
have you heard the breaking news?
Well, what's the breaking news?
Midnight's Edge just showed up. We've got over 900 people here. Daisy Ridley, this is absolutely insane. Daisy Ridley just confirmed that she is in a lesbian relationship in the upcoming Star Wars film.
And she's going to do an interview on EBN next week.
Oh, hell no, she ain't.
Yeah. Yeah.
There isn't anything about anything he's just said that's true.
Yeah.
I was going to try to get him going, man.
I was getting there to say, no. That sounds accurate.
Nick works for
Hey, would you
Yeah.
believe it?
No. Well, I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be like, really, like, no, like, no surprise at all.
Yeah.
We did have the good folks from Midnight's Edge come on over after the stream, so that part of what I've said is true.
Hell yeah!
All right. Well, look, the thing that we were just on here, Daisy Ridley saying, Nick, that Star Wars has always been political. She did this about a week after the new writer, George Nolfi, made a comment saying that if you think about George Lucas and the 6 movies that he did and the universe he created, it's actually very steeped in broad notions of politics. It's not talking about today per se, but there's the empire's Nazism / Roman Empire. I've never heard the Nazi Party being compared to the Roman Empire. I don't really get that parallel.
Well, the Romans weren't particularly kind to people that weren't like them, I think, is the point that's being made here.
Yeah, but
that sounds pretty familiar.
That's not exactly true, though. The Romans weren't kind to their own people many times.
Well, yeah,
the Romans had several generations where they would take over a people and then allow the people to have their own government, have your own religion. You can be a Roman citizen. Giving them rights. Like, they treated a lot of people very well. Like, I don't see the parallel.
Yeah, the autocratic nature. Very, very, army.
They had aristocracies at time.
Yeah, but I'm with you. I'm reaching, right. It's not necessarily a parallel I would have made, other than the empire's reach at one time was far-reaching, was very, very broad, and maybe Roman Empire was too. I don't know.
So, Nick, do you have access to a camera? Can you open your present?
What present?
Well, you're not home.
Oh, I'm not at home, Debbie. I am out of town still. They're sitting.
Dang, you didn't have to say it like that. I'm not home, Debbie. Yeah,
I thought everybody knew that. No, I'm not at home. That package did not arrive before I left. So it is sitting at my house. My parents actually grabbed that package and several others and actually put them in the house that they were sitting on the front porch. So as soon as I get back, which will be in week after next, I will open it.
Week after next?
Yep.
You're staying in South Carolina that long?
Well, no, I won't just be here. I'm going and hanging out with another buddy of mine on my way back next week.
Where's this buddy located?
Where is it? Hang on.
You don't even know where you're going?
No, he sent me the address. Hang on. Let me pull it up.
Do I know this person? Why do I not?
No. Yeah, no. It's a music buddy of mine from back in the day. You don't know him.
Okay. I've been your best friend since we were 12.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who you are anymore.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm pulling it up right now. I've not ever been to his house before.
Coach been teaching history for 20 years.
Yeah.
You ought to know by now, Coach. Nick just gets on the road and drives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Anderson, Georgia. So it's on my way back.
Never been there.
Yeah, me neither.
Anderson, I know Anderson, South Carolina, but I don't know.
Well, you sure are taking a lot of trips. Can I borrow some money?
It's not costing me anything. Just to,
okay.
Gas
seems expensive to me. You got to eat.
I didn't do anything. Oh, Mike's whole freaking kitchen is full of food here.
All I know is living with 2 Hooters girls while dating another. I cannot unthink it.
Yeah, that was back then. Which man, oh god, we went and had sushi tonight, and the bartender chick there, oh
Was
golly,
wait, no.
smoking like the hottest chick I've seen on this entire trip.
Well, you should have said something to her.
Oh god, like no,
You're single, man.
yeah.
What's the worst
but
that could happen? Rejection? Come
yeah,
on.
yeah. No, she's literally probably late 20s.
So what?
Yeah.
Could you see that first date or like second date? She's like, "Hey, I want you to watch my favorite show with me." And Nick goes over to sit down and turns on the Acolyte. He's just
I'd be
crushed.
like,
That would have
really?
been. It's meant to be.
Yeah. I'd be like, this show. I'd be like, this show's straight trash. What are you talking about?
Nick, what's the worst movie you've seen in the theater more than once?
More than once? None.
Mhm.
If it sucks, I've never gone. Well, The Last Jedi.
That's exactly what Coach said.
Yeah.
I only saw
Gotcha.
it once in the theater.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
How many
Yeah.
times did you see it in the theater, Nick? Just twice?
3 times.
Me too, dude.
Yeah.
Why did
So-
you go see it a third time?
So, all right. So the second
We both
time,
went the second time for the same reason.
yeah, exactly. So the second time we both went and saw it to, but, and after that second time, we talked on the phone and we're like, okay, I get it. We were like trying to force ourselves to like it, like come up with excuses to like it. Because I remember calling you on the phone, being like, oh, okay, well, after watching it, okay, I get it. Like, okay, and then I had family in town for Christmas
It was
that
the same
year.
for me.
We went and saw it. I went and saw it the
And
third
you're like,
time with
I can't
them.
make myself like this.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, I just saw it the third time. I can't. It sucks, man. This movie sucks.
Yep, exactly.
Well, listen,
Exactly.
the reason between the two of y'all, you saw it 6 times, and you're to blame for the reason we're getting the Rey movie. You gave
Yeah.
too much support to The Last Jedi.
Then
And that's why
dadgum
the Rey
fence
movie is
riders.
coming.
Yeah,
Watch
hey,
The Last Jedi 6 times.
yeah, but we both only saw The Rise of Skywalker once.
Never
One
watched it
time.
again.
Never watched
And
it.
to be fair, I've not watched The Last Jedi since I saw it in the theater as well.
I haven't either. Well, I take
I'll
that
never
back.
watch it again.
I take that back. I got a free copy, a free 4K copy of The Last Jedi when I got my 4K Blu-ray
You wanted to see
player.
a turd in 8K.
And I wanted to see just what if I could see a difference in the quality just at the very beginning. So I literally just watched the very beginning where Poe is in space, flying, taking out,
Gosh.
doing the whole mama, your mom's on the phone joke, whatever that crap was.
Oh my!
I forgot that
gosh.
existed.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah, your mama jokes, and I'm just like, oh god, this.
Oh, when he was
so
talking to the Star Destroyer. When he was
bad. Yeah, yeah,
Star
yeah.
Destroyer person. Oh,
Oh.
God, I forgot about that.
Horrible. All right.
Yeah.
Well, in case you guys had been under a rock, Star Wars, the Skywalker saga, whatever that means now, because people can just say they're Skywalkers, you know what I mean? So they're having a projection show at Galaxy's Edge in all of the Disney parks. I don't know, for like 6 weeks or so. And Luke Skywalker will be walking around with R2 around the Falcon. You're going to be able to line up and get your picture taken with Luke and R2. And, people have been making videos on this. Mr. H covered this. Is this too little, too late? Does it have any meaning other than they're changing up something in the parks? It's not like this is going to be a permanent thing. This is just a limited time activity.
Yeah,
in
limited
the
time
park.
only.
So two things, right? The Luke Skywalker meet and greet is only for Seasons of the Force. And right now, both of these things are in California only. This Batu projection business will probably persist past Seasons of the Force, but I think they're probably more okay with that because Skywalker Saga means they can put scenes from all of 9 movies, right, onto those projections. And of course, it's supposed to be John Williams music in the background, etc. So that's why I think they're probably safer in keeping that the whole time if they want to. But the whole Luke business is a pretty big surprise. But in that Seasons of the Force, they also have always brought out, Padme makes an appearance. They've got someone playing, prequels Anakin. They bring out a lot of other, what they consider to be rare meet and greets for that, because it's a pay for event. It's behind a paywall. That Seasons of the Force is. So this one goes to me as desperate. It's a desperate money grab. Do I think anyone will sign up for Seasons of the Force just because Luke Skywalker is there? No. You're either going to that or you're not.
Exactly. You're going regardless, and he just happens to be there. Or really, it might be a she, because the person that played Luke in the video certainly appeared to be a female.
Very weird.
So Luke's hips looked like my wife's, not mine.
Yeah, so somebody in Orlando pointed that out. I can't remember who it was, but we were looking at the video when that came out, and we were like, "Oh, that looks like a little bit of side boob there. The hips are sort of
side boob,
not really looking."
And I mean,
manly.
just putting it out there, could it be Mara Jade? They have not said it's Luke Skywalker. They've only said it's a shadowy figure in a cloak.
It's clearly Luke.
I mean, I think it would have to be Luke, right, with R2. But you're right. In profile, the person who was there in profile as that character had what I would consider to be a female figure.
Well,
I don't know if we can. Apparently, we can say that again, right? Because we're back to just two. But there's
have we finally figured out what a female is?
Apparently, we've been reminded.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
Yeah. And hell to Mark's 47 out there. I rode me, him, Gary, and Andy all went and rode the Harry Potter motorcycle ride at Universal Studios.
Yeah, you all read Hagrid's.
Yeah. And he was in the car. I was on the actual motorcycle. That ride was fun. I don't know anything about Harry Potter and think it's gay, but I freaking love that ride. And the Velociraptor ride was fun too, but man, I couldn't walk straight when I got off that thing.
Yeah, we didn't ride it.
I like Harry Potter. Just want to throw that out there, everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, John Graber was on the bike. He was on the bike.
I thought he was working at the bank.
No, he was in Gringotts behind the counter. You mean?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't tall enough for that.
Oh man, I got jokes.
You do.
Funny guy. All right. Oh my gosh.
Staccato
Staccato
things.
What's up, Staccato?
We have 40 new members. I don't know if there's 40 people here that aren't members already. This is crazy. Thank you, Staccato DDS, and everybody else who has gifted memberships. That is amazing.
Staccato
We gotta play.
DDS
We gotta
is the
play
man.
something. Yep. Let's play some. Ooh, this is a good one. Thank you guys for your support. You are Echo Base Star Trek.
Yeah, we lost one. It's good.
Don't you be using those big words, little guy.
Yeah.
We got 40 and we lost a small sub. So
Love him. All right, look, it's been a great show. We've been going an hour and a half. I've had a lot of fun. Got 2 videos out this week. Just did a great live stream with my buddies. It has been fantastic. We're going to go ahead and wind this thing down. Nick, any updates, anything you want to say as we hit the exit here? Thanks for showing up.
Yeah. That's good God. Yeah, it's been a crazy last week and a half. But I'm looking forward to getting back home.
Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah. Well,
You're
in
gonna
a
go
way,
for 2 more weeks.
yeah. Well, no, just a week and a half. Yeah, the rest of this week and next week.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely looking forward to getting back, get some more content made, and put out. We'll be EBN cast tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock Central Time. Me, Culture, Loki, and John Trent. Orlando was awesome. Hung out with a lot of cool people. Critical Drinker actually knew who we were.
That is true.
Yeah, when I was talking to him, he was like, "Hey, I know you guys." I was like, "Really?"
Interesting.
You're those fence riders.
Yeah, yeah. So I was telling him about the and Theory and Critical Drinker on the thumbnail, and he's like, "What? I thought I was actually gave it a pretty fair review." And I was like, "Well, not according to some, you know."
Yeah, me on a thumbnail with Theory and Critical Drinker.
Yeah.
And you think that's taking a shot at me?
You finally arrived. You finally arrived. The Fence Riders Alliance is strong, Coach.
Darth Poopy Pants really gave me a compliment. So thank you. All right. Knee pain? What's going on out there in the wilderness?
Well, other than taking a break, well, I didn't really take a break. I worked a lot out in the desert. I've been hammering away on one of my channels. I've got several months of content queued up. I was really surprised by like 124 subscribers, and I've already got like 3,000 view hours. So it's like, wow, what few numbers I have are actually really watching the content. That's cool. So I've been hammering away at that. I still kind of treating knee pain like my, whatever channel, like I posted a time lapse just because that's what this channel was. Like, well, I don't have a time lapse channel, so I'm just going to dump whatever random video I made on there. It's not like I'm really doing anything for the channel. One of the things I've been looking at is I've been spending a lot of time watching like independent animations, like done by people, one or two people working here. I still kind of inspired by Film Threat in some ways. Like, I remember that drive, that love of animation, want to make your own content. But 20 years ago when I got into it, you had to steal the software. The computers were underpowered that we could afford, and now like the tools are there where people can really like independently create their little animations. And I really enjoy seeing people out there creating, posting the content. And I was like, kind of thinking like Film Threat inspired to maybe start doing content. I don't know if I use knee pain or start a new channel. I don't know. Where I just kind of showcase these independent creators out there just making their own content. They're not going to work for a studio where you give up a lot of your ideas and creativity and just become a slave to the machine. And I've been kind of inspired to maybe showcase that. I haven't really decided if I ever want to like reuse my channel, which already has some numbers, so they would get some viewership to their content, or start new. So I haven't really decided there.
So are you saying like do some VFX works content?
No, I would be doing VFX. Like I would just like to cover like review and maybe even interview some people like, hey, tell me about like what you worked on and the challenge how long you worked on, the challenges you overcame. Because some of these kids, like high school kids, there's one I watched. He made his own little short film, kind of stop motionish, made a little set down his basement, spent a year on it, still in high school. And I was like, wow, to see like a kid in high school that driven, spend a year on a project, commit to it, and take it to the end. He talked about what was really challenging about it. And I think those are really great stories. And so I'd love to be able to just kind of showcase all these independent creators out there, give a platform, just say, hey, someone who used to work in a big studio, I respect what you're doing. And I want to encourage people to make their own stuff.
Absolutely.
So I don't know I'm going to go with that right now.
Be proud of the stop motion videos that I made.
Those were fun. Those were fun.
So much work. I will never do it again.
Yeah. I was like, dang, dude, I've seen how those stop motion animation things are done, and that has got to take you a lot of time.
It did. I enjoyed doing it, but my gosh.
Yeah.
Finished products, all your finished products on those were very enjoyable. So
very crazy because it was all from my head. But anyways, we'll have to bring those back sometime and let people see some of that.
Yeah, because I
madness.
mean, I would consider those to be a part of the archive right now. A lot of current people, maybe you know what we should do? We should make them all these members. We should make them members only. Bring them out somehow and make them members only.
Yeah, a lot of our old school, which we lost a lot of our old school content,
we did
videos and all that.
when we got demonetized
yeah,
for reused content. Man, we got rid of
everything
everything that made us who we are.
Yeah,
It's all gone.
It's gone.
Yep.
And we're, we lose subs every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, but Critical Drinker knows who we are. So
Yeah.
suck it, YouTube. Oh, man. All right. Well, look, that's going to do it for us. Thank you guys very much for being here.
Thank you.
As we always say, you are Star Trek Base Network. And we will see you guys next week on the live stream, and check out the content coming out.
Tomorrow EBN cast, don't forget.
Yep. See you guys at 2:00 tomorrow afternoon.
I bet it doesn't happen.
Oh,
It will.
2
I mean-
Central, 3 Eastern. 2
Yeah,
Central.
Something will happen. Some cat's going to die. You'll have a booger. Something's going to happen.
It's before work.
Doesn't
There-
matter. You'll be
And
asleep.
yeah. Yeah.
John
I
Trent's
will-
going to cancel. Loki's going to cancel.
Yeah, and if everybody cancels, then I'll be like, all right, guys, no show. So but I doubt that'll happen.
Everybody in the chat, just get ready to give me my props. I called it.
Yeah. I'm gonna start off the show tomorrow. Hey guys, we're live. Don't go everybody go let Coach know.
All right. See you guys.
Bye,
Everyone,
guys.
take care.
Coach and Nick from Echo Base Network, thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens.
Everybody go click on the link in the chat. Matt Cave, Gaming Raid, Final Fantasy 7, Crisis Core. Playing it right now.
And tell him knee pain sent you.
Yeah.
Like to shout out the sponsor of today's live stream, Darth Poopy Pants. Thank you, sir.